Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Cumulative Test 15A Review Notes. A couple of things before we start. 1, you need a pen or a pencil. You do not need a marker or highlighter or any other writing device. A pen or pencil, not a crayon, not any of that. Second thing, you write what I write. Not yet, but in a minute. You write everything that I write, just how I write it. If you do not write everything that I write, you will lose points, especially if you just write the answer, or if you miss a step along the way. So if you need to pause and get yourself ready, feel free to do so. All right, let's go ahead and start with number 1. Number 1, and you're going to write this on your paper. It says write a proportion to solve this problem. If 12 math books weigh 40 pounds, how much would 21 math books? So this is going to be a case 1, case 2 ratio box. Find when I draw these ratio boxes, or at least when you do, for some reason you guys have decided you don't need to label them, and then you get lost. That makes sense. So we're going to do books, and we're going to do pounds. So it looks like we have 12 books that weigh 40 pounds, 21 books, and we don't know how many pounds they are. So we have 12 over 40 is equal to 21 over x, and we're going to cross multiply. That's 40 times 21 is equal to 12x, so we're cross multiplying, right? 40 times 21, let me use my handy dandy calculator. 21 times 40 times 40. I get 840 is equal to 12. You should be writing all of these steps, all of them. The 12 cancels, we get x is equal to, this is 12 into 840, if you need to see it a different way. These two things are the same thing, okay? So 840 divided by 12 is 70. Okay, let me change my colors. Number 2. Oh, this is going to be a hard one on this particular, because I can't see the marks. I think I'm going to pause and make the marks a little bit easier to see. All right, so I did my best on the number line, and it looks like this is going to be 3.8, and this is going to be 5.8 because it's between 5 and 6, and this is between 3 and 4. It says, what is the average of the two numbers? So since I have the two numbers, I know that average is equal to the sum over how many? Okay, so the sum is going to be 3.8 plus 5.8 over 2. I'm going to add 3.8 plus 5.8. I get 9.6 divided by 2. And that's 4.8. All right, next one. It says refer to the trapezoid below for the following problems. What is the perimeter? So for number 3, the perimeter is when we add everything. 10 plus 15 plus 19 plus 12. So 10 plus 15 plus 19 plus 12 gives me 56. That's all around the outside. Okay, the area of the trapezoid, so that's 4. Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times your height. So your base 1 is going to be 10, your base 2 is going to be 19, and your height always makes a 90-degree angle. So let's plug that in. So I have 1/2 times 10 plus 19 times 12. So we'll do 10 plus 19 is 29 times 12 divided by 2. 29 times 12 is 348 divided by 2, which is 174. Oh, tried to make a circle. There we go. Number 5 says, so we'll put 5 down here. 4 squared, so 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, which is 16, is how much greater than the square root of 4? Square root of 4 is equal to 2. It's asking me for the difference between the two. And that's the answer. I would write everything down for number 5. Number 6. It says use a ratio box. Awesome. 550 students attended the assembly. So I know this ratio box is going to need a total. So let's see. We have our, it's kind of a little bit high there. Ratio, actual, probably boy and girls. Let's see. Yep. So let's see. If the ratio of boys to girls total, you'll want to make sure that you label your ratio box, is 6 to 5, and then I add this for 11, and I have a total of 550 students that showed up. How many girls? So I have 5 over 11 is equal to x over 550. I'm going to cross multiply. 11x is equal to 5 times 550. 11x is equal to 2750. We are going to divide. You should write every single step. 2750 divided by 11 is 250. 250 girls. Okay, use a unit multiplier to convert 6.4 grams to milligrams, and it gives you the unit multiplier. This is one I get asked about every single test. It's given times unit multiplier is equal to your answer. So we are given 6.4 grams, and I sure hope you write every single step of this down. We don't know our unit multiplier yet, but we know we want milligrams. Since we want milligrams, we know that's going to be in the top over 1 gram. My grams are going to cancel. I end up with 6.4 times 1,000 milligrams, which gives me, let me just make double sure so I don't make a math error, 6,400 milligrams. Please write every single step of that down. Number 8, also another type of problem I get lots of questions on. In the first fifth of the season, the Madrigals played 12 games. Okay, so these are getting harder. But I know that there are 5 boxes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in the first fifth of the season, 1/5, they played 12 games. That means that they played 12 games in each of these. Okay, and that this is 4/5 of the season, right? So A asks, how many games did the Madrigals play the whole season? Well, they played 5 times 12 because we have 5 boxes and 12 in each box. So they played 60 games. Okay, if the Madrigals won 60% of their games the whole season, how many games did they win? So 60% is 60 per 100, which is 0.60. I need to find out 60% of 60. So I'm going to do 0.6 times 60. I'm going to do that on my calculator. And I get 36 games. Okay, make sure you ask questions if you've got them. I'm going to change colors. Number 9. It says write and solve the equation. I'm really honestly just interested in the solution because if you write it correctly, you'll solve it correctly. So it says 72 is the same as equals 4/5 of, we know of is times, what number? X. So I have 72 is equals to 4/5 times X. I'm going to start this back on the top. Hold on. Okay, I'm also going to change colors here because what we have to do is we have to multiply this side by the reciprocal, and I have to multiply this side by the reciprocal. So I have 5/4 times 72 over 1 is equal to 4/5 times 5/4 times X. So this is going to cancel, and I'm going to end up with X. Here I'm going to do 5 times 72, and I get 360 over 4. So that's division, just the same thing as this. These are the same thing. So that's 90 is equal to X. Let's see how, we're probably going to have a part 2 here. All right, 10, 1/10 of what number? X is equal to 2. So let me see if I can, yep. So what you end up with is, the other way to do this is to do the of. So this is of, and this is. We could do the is over of. Is over of. That might be an easier way for some of you. So it says 201 over X is equal to 1/10. It's going to give you the same number. So we'll cross multiply here. You have X is equal to 201 times 10, which gives you 2010. That is your answer. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to get another color here. And I'm going to look at 11. Before I look at 11, because I know it's all multiplication and division, I want you to write these rules in your notes. Please write these rules in your notes. Please make sure these rules are written down in your notes right now. Okay? So for multiplication and division, these are the rules. And we may have to come back to it in the next video, but if they are the same sign, the answer is positive. If they are different signs, the answer is negative. For example, A is -9 times -2. They are the same sign. My answer is positive 18. B, -9 times positive 6. Opposite signs, that's negative 54. C, -9 divided by -3, same sign, positive 3. D, 9 divided by -1, these are opposite signs, so this is a -9. I'm going to stop there. We'll start at 12 in the next video.